Well, I think it's positive that the Transport Minister has agreed to be here this afternoon to meet with business leaders from the North, because clearly there was a lot of expressed concern and frustration at perceived announcements, at least, that seemingly came from his department back in the summer. And largely they were around investment into Transpennine or Crossrail North. And of course, what he's done today is perhaps take some heat out of that initial frustration and say that the evidence is still being looked at. We're actually still on target to get some of the improvements that have been promised, and actually with the fast moving technology there may in fact be better investments that can be made so that transport in the North is even more effective and efficient than we'd hoped it to be. So I think the Minister today has at least come, he's listened, he's not necessarily made the promises and guarantees that we'd have hoped, but nonetheless the conversation has begun.
I think it was a fantastic event, and it's a really good opportunity for business people across the North to hear firsthand from the Minister what he thinks and what he thinks he's going to do for us in the North of England. The Minister, almost in a throwaway line, said that he thought he was hoping that Transpennine was going to be the first digital railway. Now, that's huge. Digital railways have the potential to completely change the way our railways operate, increasing capacity on lines, increasing rail speed, and we've been pushing for that for quite some time. So the fact that he signalled today that he was interested in doing that and we could be at the forefront was enormous.
I think that the North East is getting the attention it needs. I mean, obviously part of the reason why we're here is to make sure that Newcastle and the North East's voice is heard. And certainly I think as far as we're concerned, that's been successful today, but it's important to keep the pressure on, I suppose. I guess the sort of new political reality is that there isn't a magic money tree, and that all of the regions, ourselves included, when we're asking for investment, we've got to be able to say what the balancing economic growth is going to be off the back of that. And really that's very much what this afternoon was about, to find out, I suppose, what the plans are, to say what we think, how we want our voice to be heard, how we want Transport for the North, for example, to be established, and then to work with that sort of organisation to help them prioritise on the back of the growth that we think, as far as we're concerned, that Newcastle and the North East can deliver.
I think we made a very good case for investment in our transport systems across the North, and I think he gave us some confidence that he's in principle supportive of many of those objectives. Really, it's not about transport, it's about the economy, and it's about people's lives, and it's about connecting communities and people to jobs and opportunities, and connecting business to labour markets. So I think it's absolutely essential, and I think all of those modes have a role to play.